Yeah, thank you for the reminder. So, guys, so first of all, why do we need to learn Python? Okay. So current market trend, if you know, if you see, there's a huge demand in the market for Python, right? And also, like it is one of the most like simple program as compared to other programming languages. This is, very easy to learn as compared to other programming languages. Okay. And one advantage of Python here is, it has a huge collection of libraries. Okay. It has a huge collection of libraries that allows, the usage of Python in other fields also, like machine learning, AI, data engineering. A lot of things are there. And if you see, it is widely used across these fields, AI, data engineering, data analytics, web development, automation, web scraping, IoT. And as per the Stack Overflow survey 2022, if you see, Python is just, after this few languages like JavaScript and HTML, CSS, those are like markup and styling language. SQL is a query language. But as compared with other programming languages, it is just coming after JavaScript. So you can see there's a huge demand in the for Python in the market. Also, if you see, if you go through the job description for the like data analyst, data engineering, AI, machine learning, you will see Python is very much compulsory there. Okay. So that is why we have targeted Python here. We introduced this Python course that this was in huge demand. So this was a brief overview, and for like these are like very high level topics that I have mentioned, but we are going to cover each and every topic very much in details. And there are a lot of topics which we have, due to space constant, we have not mentioned yet. But there are a lot of other topics also which we are going to cover apart from these which are mentioned here. Okay, and so as you know, the session will be for it's a weekend batch, so we'll be having sessions from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And for each class, we have after each class we'll give assignments. Okay, in assignments we will have a lot of questions, like whatever topics we have covered. The assignments will be based on that, and there will be a lot of coding challenges, also coding problems, because and it will, in real time interviews, they will give you they will check your understanding in Python by giving you some scenario based questions. So we will be having those kind of questions also in assignments. So anyone who is working on the assignments, completing it, so at the end of the course, they will be very much comfortable in Python, very much comfortable while attending interviews, while, doing any personal project, or while working on real-time project. But doing the assignment, this will be really helpful, to learn the entire thing, to have a good understanding of the entire thing after doing the assignments. And the sessions, each class will be recorded. So for folks who who will not be able to attend one or two classes, they will always have the flexibility to watch the recordings later and work on the assignments. So that was a brief overview from my end, guys. So you guys have any questions, you are free to ask right now.
Pretty useful for non-technical background students. I'm from the commerce background, but I just wanted to learn the Python.
Yes, Anil. So yeah, you can learn Python. It's like not difficult. Only thing is you have to focus on the assignments. If you do the assignments, each and every assignment, then you will be easily be able to learn it quickly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other question, guys? Anyone? So let me ask you guys a question. Like you can ping it in the chat window, or you can tell directly. What is your objective? Why do you want to learn Python? What is your objective? You guys are free to ping in the chat or just unmute yourself and you can tell for a job. Okay.
For enhancing our position.
Okay, it's like enhancing your role.
Like currently I'm working as a data analyst, but I want to go to data science next.
Okay, you want to move to data science.
Yeah.
Okay. What else we have? Enhancing skill, move to data analytics. Learn coding. Studies. Additional skill leverage. Okay, move to data engineering. Okay, so these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay. So yes, definitely, guys. So the first, cyber security. Okay. So the first thing is, guys, moving to data engineering, data analytics, cyber security, or maybe a cloud engineer. So all if you are the thing, the Python, whatever we are going to learn from this will be you can apply it in all the fields. You be it data analytics, be it data engineering, be it cyber security, be it cloud, wherever, be it AI, be it machine learning. Because whatever we are learning here, we are learning the core fundamental, the basic blocks. Okay, this will be used everywhere, at all the places. Okay, so as you can see, we are here. Yes. So whatever we are learning, guys, you will be able to apply it in any other fields. That's for sure. And for learning coding, that's a good option. This is you can easily learn to code after completion of this course. Yes, for job also, having Python as one of the skills. This will be this will give you more, better chance, as compared to give you an advantage over other applicants. What is the difference between data analytics, data science, and data engineering? Okay, so this is a very generic question. Okay, so data analytics, data science, and data engineering. Okay. So this question I will take it in the towards the end. Okay, so let me see if there are any other questions.
Danish.
Yeah.
Is there any basic thing that we know before starting a Python? Any, I mean, skill required? Because I never use Python.
No, there is no prerequisite for this, Mohsin. There is no prerequisite.
Okay.
There's only one prerequisite. You should have a laptop or desktop with Python installed.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the place from where you can download Python. This is the link. I'm pinging it in the chat.
Okay.
Danish, is there any online platform to practice for Python apart from this installation?
Yes, there are multiple. There are multiple platforms. There are multiple platforms. You can definitely explore. You will find a lot of editors. You will find a lot of editors. You can practice there. But I would suggest it's better to install, because we'll be using a lot of cases for file handling and all, where you need to have some file at some location. So if you do it via web, then it would be difficult in capturing them. So I would recommend you guys to install it. Okay.
Because I'm using Office laptop, I cannot install this Python in my laptop.
Oh, then you can obviously you can use that. Some there are multiple editors, online editors. You can use them.
Can you
And
show me those platforms which is useful for real-time practice? That would be really helpful to me.
yeah, sure. Maybe I will find it out which are the best one. Then I can
The
I will let you know. Okay.
the simple one. Sorry, the simple one. You can use W3 schools. They provide a coding ground, so there as well you can practice it.
Yes, then we,
Okay.
but like we have SQL is a Oracle platform, right? If we have that,
Hi. No, like that we don't have. But if you check on that W3 schools, so they provide that coding background where you
oh,
can practice, and that is also very good. I have used it. So you can try it. I can understand like many of you have that constraint, and that is why I teach on like a live SQL, because even if you're in
yeah.
office, you can practice on that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I have answered these questions so far. Anyone else having any other questions? Okay, so I will just show you a few things which we will be doing in our this Python curriculum. Okay, so let me open this website. Okay, so one of the problems that we will be as we advance into our Python course, as we will be starting from the basics. So one of the things that we will do, guys, here. So if you see, guys, this is a Naukri.com website, and I have just open search for data engineer jobs. Okay, so these many records they have fetched me these many records. Okay, so what we can do, if you see our curriculum here, so there is one particular module, web scraping with Selenium here. Okay, web scraping. So what we will be doing, so we'll be scrapping these data, okay, from this website, and we will be putting it into Excel or a CSV file. Okay, this will be doing via Python code. Okay, so I have the Python code written. So, yep. So in this, basically what we are doing, we are opening that web browser. Okay, and we are using some of the Python concepts. Like here we are using list comprehension. That is one of the topics we'll cover while covering list. What is list comprehension? Okay, and also here we are using some string functions here, and we are also using pandas here. Okay, to create an Excel. Okay, so if I open my folder, so if you see, if I open this, okay, so this one I ran this program and I got this output. Okay, uh, I ran this program earlier, so I will just delete this file from this particular folder. See, this was the file data engineer. I'm just deleting it. Okay, now I will run this program, and you will see after running this program, we'll get a new Excel file with all those records. Okay. And this ID which we are using, it's called idle. Okay, and this comes when you install Python, no, it will be pre-installed. It will be pre-installed while installing this Python from the link which I have just pinged you. Okay, let me run this. So this launches the browser, and from here it is going to fetch these details. So if I open the folder now, so we'll just refresh this. And you see there's a new file created. 1023 is the time for this timestamp. And if you open this, so if you see these details now, like, so this is the website. So it is capturing this detail date. When was this posted? You see 30 plus days ago or 11 days ago. Okay, so these details is captured 7 days ago, today, 1 day ago. Okay, and then it captured the this company name. If you see, uh, Nebula Partners, Cloud Air, FX and EXL, the job title, the experience, the skill set. Okay, now we can do further and further breakdown of these things. Like if you see date, it is 7 days ago, today, 1 day ago, we can change. So with the help of Python code, what we are going to do, we will take this date, okay, 7 days ago, today, 1 day ago, and we will have a date in the format of year, month and date. Okay, so we will do this with the help of Python code. So these kind of problems also we are going to solve while doing this in our curriculum. Okay, so let me open another file here. So if you see this, so we will be reading this Excel file, and we are changing the format of the data. If you see 25, 31, 31, 31 like this. Okay, so this was an existing one. So let me delete this file as well. Now we don't have that file, and I will run this program again. So these are just few things which I'm showing, which we'll be covering. We'll be covering a lot of other things also. And this is just one of the things that we will be covering as part of this. Is now if I go back to the folder, now let me refresh this. The output is not generated by I can't see the output here. Just let me run it again then. Why this? Now it ran. I think now we should get the output. Okay, I got it. So what is happening, guys? Right now, if you see, we have in this program, there are two methods that we are doing. First, we are writing to database, so that is uncommented. And this write to CSV is commented. So that is why we are not seeing that Excel file, but right now it is writing it to database. Okay, so if I open the database now and I run this, so right now this was the code to write in a CSV that was commented, as you can see, but writing to database was uncommented. So this write this entire thing in a database. So this also we are going to see how we will how we can write to database via Python code. Okay, so let me do one thing for you guys. Let me delete all the rows. Okay, now if we do a select star from data engineer, so we are not getting any rows here. Okay, so this is totally blank. Okay, now if I run this program again, okay, what you will find that we have all the values populated in this particular table. Okay, right now it is blank. So let me run this. I hope it's clear. Like anyone having any questions and doubts, they can ask. Okay. Okay, so this execution is completed. So this execution is completed. Now, if we go back and do a select star from this table name, so you see all the values are getting populated here. So we are converting the date format also, if you can see year, month, and day. Okay. So this also we are going to cover as part of this curriculum. And now let me comment out this writing to database one and writing to CSV. I'm uncommenting. Okay. So now we will get a CSV file with the name data engineer dot underscore transform date. Okay. So if I run it now, so now if you see now this because we have uncommented that line, so we have got this new file is data engineer underscore transform date. Okay, so let me open this, and if you see here, so previously we were getting in this format 7 days ago, today, 1 day ago, but now you see 7 days ago the date was 25th of March. Okay, and today, instead of today, we are getting the current date. Instead of 1 day ago, we are getting yesterday's date. Okay, so this kind of transformation we can do. So for this we need some core logic of Python, like you need to know list. Okay, you need to know about list comprehension, and you can while doing the course you can further take this entire column. Okay, and divide it into two, like min experience, max experience. Then you will have one more column here, skill set. Also you can divide it into skill set 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So these kind of things also, guys, we are going to do while doing this course. Okay, and here see we have used if you see this code, write to CSV, right? So we have a file here called write to CSV. If I open this, so we are importing this CSV module. So this is one of the modules that we are also going to learn, like about this CSV module. Okay. So these things, this is just one of the things that we are going to cover, but we have a lot of other things also. We are going to see lambdas, anonymous functions, JSON handling also we are going to see. So these are the topic. So any question, guys? How are you covering pandas and NumPy in details? Yeah, the pandas will be covered in detail. Okay, but NumPy is not needed in detail. Okay, because NumPy is basically used for scientific calculations. It has got advanced scientific methods that mostly we don't use. We will see the basics of NumPy, but we will cover pandas in depth, Nikit. Okay. In cyber security, sorry, Naufal, I am not aware of this cyber security, what skill set they look for, so I won't be able to answer this question. So any other question, guys? Anyone? Will you cover automation with Python? No, we are not covering automation with Python in detail, but just now what I showed you, this just a normal web scraping. So till that point, we will be covering, but not this automation entirely.
Automation, like which automation, Arun, you're asking? Is it like the automation of the script, the SQL queries, testing automation, the reconciliation? What exactly can you elaborate, please?
Yeah, right. Actually, I'm just trying to ask, like the automation that we automate any process, uh, like if we are scraping any data from the website and we are, uh, putting that data in any website, right, in database. So that's how the automation I'm just trying to ask you. Where will we learn that
So-
automation?
So I think Danish, you're covering it, right?
Yes, this I just not showed now.
Right.
This is entirely done by the script.
Okay, this is a part of automation. Okay.
Yes, this is part of it.
Yeah.
Yes, Dinesh, this is a weekend class only. Yeah, this is weekend class.
Danish, you will be covering the integration with the database.
Yes. So that is covered now. So this
So that will be covered, yeah.
yeah, that is covered. Python integration with
Oh.
database.
So all those who are from ETL testing or the testing background, so I know like nowadays it is required that you have to automate your the testing, like if you're testing the different layers, the tables, the transformation logics. So all those as well you can automate through this. Okay, that what all he will be teaching. Okay.
TensorFlow also will cover libraries.
TensorFlow, no, those are like machine learning things. We are not covering that.
Okay.
Okay, so with respect to IDs, guys, we are going to use 3 IDs in this. One is the idle that is pre-installed with with Python. So if I open this, so if I open this particular website here, okay, here you can download the latest version. This is for Windows, for Mac and OS. And when you install it, so idle will be pre-installed, and you after installing, you can just type here idle, and you can just go here to go to a new file, and then you can start typing your code over here. Okay. So this is one of the IDs that we'll be using. Other than this IDE, we will be using Jupyter Notebook. Okay, and we will also be using PyCharm. Okay, so these 3 IDs we are going to mostly we will be working with idle. Okay, when it will come to data analysis using pandas, there we will be using Jupyter Notebook, and in between we will be using PyCharm also, because these 2 IDs are mostly used in most of the organization, Jupyter and PyCharm. So we'll be working on these IDs as well.
So Danish, what is the difference in 3 idle, Jupyter, and Python? Is any difference?
Yeah, the interface is different.
Danish, sorry. Many participants are from non-IT background. So first of all, can you explain them what is ID?
Yeah, actually.
So basically, see, these are all IDs, okay? And your ID stands for Integrated Development Environment. It is here we write our Python code. Okay. For beginners, I would recommend this idle that comes pre-installed. First, you have, because here you have to type it with your own hands. So typing that will help you in learning it. Okay. As when you are comfortable with this, then you can go with PyCharm. This is a more advanced IDE with little bit more functions that we will see, okay, as we cover through it, because at the beginning it's difficult to like explain the difference. And Jupyter Notebook is, when we have big outputs, around 100 lines, those big output, that is very difficult to, to see when using PyCharm or idle. So in those cases for data analysis, we use Jupyter Notebook. So all these 3, we can write our Python code in all those 3 things, 3 IDs. So these are basically IDs. They're like editor for Python. Okay, is that clear, guys?
So it is a platform where we can run our code.
Yes. You can write your Python code in this.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. If we install in ideal first time, after that we can shift it to Jupyter or PyCharm, or we can install the ideal, means it will be there only.
Can you come again a little bit? Like if you install idle first, so if
First time we will install in the ideal and work in that, because we are a basic people.
Yes.
After that, if you are going for the Jupyter or PyCharm, means we can able to do that, or we have to reinstall it.
No, you can. All are 3 separate things. You can have all 3 of them. I'm having all 3 of them.
No. First, if we are basic people, we are installing for the ideal and we are working on it.
Yes.
After that, we go for Jupyter or if we go for PyCom, means what can we do for that? What are the changes we need to do that?
No changes needed. You just need to install it. As
So
a
you have to, it will be like added installer, we got to reinstall it.
No, you don't have to reinstall anything. You just have to add and
They-
install.
They all are separate. They all
Okay.
are separate.
All are
Yeah,
separate.
because we are
They all are separate. Like if you know the database, Oracle is different, SQL Server is different. Okay. So they are separate. Suppose you have installed Jupyter, then you can install the other IDE as well. Okay. But
you
yes,
can install it inside the Jupyter itself. We can
No,
install the things, or we have to.
No, not inside Jupyter. See,
Okay.
for example, this is idle, what I have opened. Okay.
Okay.
Now I am going to open.
Sorry for
Jupyter.
the question. We are very basic in this Python.
No issues. So now I'm going to open Jupyter notebook. Okay. So these are totally separate. You like you don't have to do it like separate. So this is for Jupyter notebook. Okay, you can create a new Python 3 here. Okay, and you can write your code here. Okay, this is separate. There is no connection with them. Okay.
Okay.
Danish, you will be guiding them with the installation, no?
Yes, I will be. I will be showing them. I will be guiding them with all the installation.
Sure.
So Danish, currently I'm working as a data analyst. So I want to go to direct Jupyter. So it is possible. So I mean, because I don't know about the Python. So I can go directly in Jupyter. I can use.
Yes. So once you have Python, as I told you from this website, you need to download. First, you need to download this Python in your system. Okay.
Okay.
So once you install, once you downloaded and install this Python, okay, then you just Jupyter. For beginners, I won't be going into detail. Okay. So for installing Jupyter, what you need to do, you just need to write this command. Okay. Pip install Jupyter. This will install Jupyter in your system. Then you can just now how I launch it, you can use it in that way. Okay, this you have to run it via your command prompt. Okay, so if I run this command right now, if you see, so guys, there is no need to worry if you are not understanding this. Okay, I will be telling you why do we need pip and all, what is this. So no worries, I'm just one case I'm just telling. Okay, so if I pip, okay, I am install, right? Install. So it is telling me requirement already satisfied. If you see this requirement already satisfied, that means I already have this installed. Okay. But for new people, folks, it is going to install it and then you can use Jupyter. It's as simple as that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Any other question? Can we make pipe Aniket? What kind of pipeline you want to make, Aniket? Could you please elaborate a little bit?
Can you mute everyone, Danish?
Yes, Aniket, you can tell me what can you elaborate? What kind of pipeline?
I think he's talking about data pipelines.
Oh, data pipelines. So there are a lot of components. With Python also you can do it. Then you have to use I think Apache Airflow, and there are other things also. But it is possible to make pipelines. You can do the entire data engineering with the help of Python. But so that is also possible. But those tools you have to see whether they're in demand. So what is command prompt? Command prompt is like when you install Windows, it will come pre-installed with Windows. Command prompt is just you can say where you can it will show your entire system. You can use it via this commands. Okay. This only I can tell you. This is very this comes pre-installed. Okay. You just have to type something to you can do a lot of things here rather than using like whatever we do in Windows now via UI, like clicking new folder and all, you can do it via command prompt also. So that is command prompt. I hope it is clear, Gagan. Okay, so anyone else having any questions? Okay, so no questions. So there was one question: what is the difference between data analytics, data science, and data engineering? So see, like all are, you can say, interdependent. All are separate, but they are interdependent. Okay, so what happens generally? I'll just tell you in brief. Okay, first comes the data, engineers. Okay. So what these data engineers, what these guys are going to do, they will, there, and data engineer, if you see that role, it has got, you know, like it's like an umbrella term. There are like different data engineers in different data and organizations. They have different responsibilities. Okay, but I'm just giving you a generic and overview. So see, data engineers are responsible, for creating, data pipelines. Okay, so what basically they will be doing, they will be extracting data from different sources. Okay, extracting raw data, from different sources, and just like we can say ETL or ELT. Okay, they will extract it. They will if there is any transformation needed, or they can first load it also, because these days you have huge volumes of data, like big data kind of thing. So they will maybe load it in, different system, distributed system, you can say. And then they are going to, and then transform it and write it to some, data warehouse, a data warehouse, or maybe right now it is Delta Lake is very much, we use Delta Lake. Okay. So basically data engineers now, they will take the raw data, they will then process that data, and they will, then they will transform it to some, predefined formats, and they will write it to data warehouse or data lake. Okay. And from this, the final data that they do from data warehouse and data lake they will write. So this is basically, we can say, now this data will be used for analytics purpose. This data will be used by, data analyst, or you can say by data science people also, because they don't. Okay, so basically first data engineer will come into picture. Okay, they will do all the necessary transformation to make the data, clean and ready to use. Then that data can be used by data scientists also, and data analysts can also use it to, present the report in Power BI or Tableau. So the flow goes like this. Okay, so this is the basic, very high level, I'm telling you, very high level difference I gave. Okay, if we go into detail, that will take a lot of time, but this is a very high level overview of this. If you want to learn AI, what we supposed to cover in Python, write it to. What is the question, Gagan? What do you mean by write it to? Language mode will be English only. Yes, the language will be English only, Dinesh. So if you want to learn AI ML, what we supposed to cover in Python? So AI and ML. So first of all, you need to be familiar with the basic core part of Python, okay? And then you need to learn about the different libraries, okay? Because there are a lot of third-party libraries that comes for AI and ML. So you have to learn about those libraries, and you have to learn, what is there, when to use which library, okay? So those kind of things will come into AI and ML. Arun. Okay, guys. Any other question, guys? Anyone? So I think we have covered pretty much we have taken all the questions also, and about the curriculum also. I briefed you. I gave a brief overview about the curriculum as well. And yeah. So just I would like to reiterate, guys. So mostly this course is mostly focusing on hands-on part. We have theory, but we have theory only for the important topics, and mostly we have hands-on type of thing. Okay. And outcome, like after successfully completing, you can show yourself as someone having an intermediate knowledge, basic to intermediate knowledge of Python. Okay. And also there will be a lot of questions that will be, that we are going to cover that they ask in interviews. So we'll be ready with that as well. Okay. So that was that was a very brief overview, and I have also shown you the content that we are going to cover all these topics. We'll start with the basic printed input statement, and then we are going to see different variables, different data types, operators. This is the coded list, tuple set. This is very important to master: list, tuple set, and dictionary. Okay, because all the things are dependent on this only. They have to use this. You cannot use Python without using these data structures. Okay. Then in functions in Python also, we cover a lot of functions. We have generator functions, we have lambdas, a lot of things are there. Modules also, we'll see a lot of third-party modules that that are generally used in project. So we'll see a lot of coding challenges also that we face in interviews. File handling also, will be comfortable with handling different data coming from different types of sources like Excel, JSON. It might be API also. We'll also see how do we capture the data from API. Okay. We also learn about object-oriented programming, because in few interviews they ask about object-oriented programming also. And we will also see integration of database with Python, and we'll see a lot of things in pandas also. Okay, guys. So this was a very high-level overview. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask, or yes, please.
Dinesh, what kind of frameworks you will be covering, like Django, Flask? I think you will be covering those things, right?
No, web development we are not covering here, Anil. Django Plus.
Oh, okay.
So that's a totally different field. So we are not covering Django or Flask development. Any other question, guys? Okay, if no questions, can we start can we start some some basics? Can we cover some topics today?
Yeah, I think we can start. You can for some topics today. We can start from today.
Okay, fine. Okay. And so guys, guys who are interested in enrolling, so they can contact I think you all are in that generic group, right? You can contact the admin. Firdaus is there, okay, for enrollment. So once you pay the fees, then she will be adding you to our target group, and we will be sending the meeting invite in the target group only. Okay. Can you please show me how to download Ideal Python and how to connect? Sure. So let me start. So this is the website, guys. I have from where you can download. I'm pinging it again in here. Okay, so you just click on this download Python. So then if I go to my downloads, see this, we'll get something like this. Okay, Python 3.11.2. Okay, so double click on this. So here it is telling me install now. Okay, so you can just click on this install now. Okay, and before clicking here, just click on this checkbox, add python.exe to path. Okay, this is the important thing. You don't forget to click on this. Okay, so you click on this and you click on this install now. And then you click yes, it will start installing. Okay, but since I already have Python installed in my system, I'm not reinstalling it. I'm clicking on no, but you can just click on yes and just click yes, 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 and then finish. Your Python will be installed in the system. Okay, so and folks who like they can install Python and they can do coding with me like parallelly. Okay, so you can also open your editor and you can also type your code there with me. So that will be so for those who are interested in the learning parallelly with me, they can do like that also. Okay, so once you install that Python, guys, so what you have to do, you just type here idle and it will show this name. You have to open this. Okay, this window will be opened. Okay, so anyone doing parallelly with me? Anyone right now?
Yes, sir.
Who is it? Fatima. Okay. Okay, so once you are done, okay, then you can, if you face any problems, you can tell me right now. We can, I can do a screen share and check right away. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So once you go here, guys, you can just click on file and we'll create a new file here. Okay. And you have to save this. Let me save it in new folder. So this is Python April weekend batch. And day1. And I will save it with the name as first program. Okay. First program. If you see, this program got saved, guys, and it got saved with an extension of .py. If you see first program .py. Okay. So this py indicates that this is the this is the Python file. Okay. So so first we'll see how we can take input and output. Okay. So just so for taking input, guys, we use this function called input. Okay. Suppose I want to take input as something like enter your name. Okay. So this, and we are storing it in a variable. I will tell you what are variables, what is this input function. Okay, I'm just showing you one example. And then we are going to print this name. Fine. So I will just save it and I will see here is an option for running. Okay, if I click on run here, run module. So it will ask me enter your name. Okay, my name is Danish. And just showing my name is Danish. Guys, this was the first, this is a very basic program where we are taking one name as an input and we are printing the same using print statement. So far clear, guys? Anyone having any doubt, any questions? Feel free to ask.
Danish, can we write that input in uppercase or mixed case or proper case?
No, we cannot do that because there are some of the features of Python. No? If you Python features, and if you see, it is case sensitive. Okay, it is.
So,
So if
yeah,
I
can you show one like input? Can you give I in uppercase and show to the
Okay.
audience?
Okay, so I've given I in capital letter. Okay, and I'm running it. It will is giving me error. Input is not defined. Did you mean input? Okay, so this is one of the features, guys. Python is case sensitive. Okay, and it is open source. Open source means it will not cost you anything. You can download and use it.
So guys, this is the one difference between Python and SQL. Those who have studied SQL from me, you might have noticed that in SQL, you write in the reserved keywords, you write in uppercase, lowercase, or mixed case. That is not a problem. But in Python, you have to be very careful here. You have to write exactly the same case, even the reserved keyword, like how Danish change input I from lowercase to uppercase. The engine is throwing error message. So here you have to be very careful with this. And that is why Python is case sensitive, but SQL is case sensitive with data. Python is also case sensitive with data, but apart from data, it is case sensitive with these keywords as well. Okay. Please ask questions, make the session interactive. Don't worry, your question is silly or whatever it may be. Keep on asking questions. Okay. Yeah, Danish, sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So any question, guys? Anyone?
Should we have to write in double quotation or in single quotation, sir?
Okay, that's a good question. So basically, what we are writing in double quote, that is so basically there is a data type called string. Okay, so we will be covering the string data type, integer data type, and float data type. Okay, so basically in double quotes, this is a string. Okay, you can also write it in single quote also, but we have to make sure that when we are using starting with single quote, we have to close also with a single quote.
Okay.
After installation, when I open the Python, I see the black screen saying copyright license. Do I need to enter anything specific? Copyright filter and the Python. So Vinod, how are you opening the Python? After installation, you just need to open IDLE. You need to search here IDLE. You need to open that.
Danish, hold on. I will suggest one thing. Like this kind of issues which each and every participants are getting, you can connect with them offline. Okay, and you try to sort it out, because others they will also get deviated from the topic. So we know Danish will connect with you after the class and show the screenshot. He will fix it.
Sure. We will after covering this topic, we'll connect and show. So guys, yeah. So we're talking about So these are basically data type, very basic data type that will be used almost everywhere: integer, float, and string. Okay, and see guys, and when I'm using a hash sign here at the in the beginning, okay, this is for commenting. Okay, this stand for comment. This Python interpreter is not going to read out this. Okay, this is just like a comment. Okay, anything starting with a hash, it's a comment, single line comment. We give it a hash. Okay, so three data types we are going to see: integer, float, and string. Okay, so let's suppose this is one edge. Okay, 12. Height 5.6, and name, let's say we are giving it in a single quote Python. Okay, so I want to check the data type of each: age, height, and name. Okay, so we have a function in Python called type. It is going to tell you like in other programming languages. If you take Java, you have to write it like this: int age equals to 12. Okay, you have to declare the data type first, and then you have to give the variable name. But in Python, you don't need to give the data type at the beginning. So that is why Python is called dynamically typed language. Okay. Python is dynamically typed. What do you mean by that? That you don't have to give the data type before the variable. Okay.
Danish, sorry, what is data type?
So so data type basically, we can tell like I will just show you one thing here first. So data type is like different types of data that we need. Okay, for example, age. So if we are giving age in years, okay, age in years. So this will be a whole number. Okay, 12, 13 like this. So this is an integer data type. So depending on what is our use case, we will use a specific data type. For example, height. Height we can give whenever we are using decimal. So that is a float data type. And whenever we are giving a name, that is a string data type. So depending on like what we are going to, what is our objective, what we are going to achieve, we are going to use data type according to that.
How many data type in Python?
There are a lot of data types. I just mentioned 3. There are a lot of data. Like for only for numerical things, we have int, float. Complex is also there. We have string. We have byte. We have none. We have a list. We have set. We have tuples. There are multiple data types. Okay, but here we'll be focusing on the important things because these complex and all they are rarely used. So we won't be covering this. But the rest all important things we are going to cover. There are still many more. Okay. So, so in Python, since it is dynamically typed, we don't have to give the data type before the variable. Okay. So just to check now, I want to check what is the data type of a particular variable. Okay. So inside this type function, we'll give the variable name. Okay. So let me comment out these lines at the beginning. Okay. So we have taken 3 variables, age in years, height and name, and we are just checking what is their data type. Okay. So if I run this, so if you see the first one, age in years is 12. So this belongs to integer data type, short form is int. Okay. The second value, which is having a decimal value. So this is a float value. So the data type is float. Okay. And the third value, we have enclosed this in quotes. Anything enclosed in quotes is a string data type. So that is why it is showing string, str, short form for string. Okay.
What are the ranges?
And this data type, how much storage it will take in memory? Just like if you talk about the BBA, just we define some integer, it will take 4 bytes.
It's
And
a range.
Yeah, actually this storage space. Okay, this in Java and all, like we have 1 byte for integers and float, but here this is dynamic. It will be depending on the compiler that we use. So that is so here it will be depending on the system. It is going to take the appropriate memory. So we cannot there is no predefined value here in case of Python.
Okay.
And that is not important also for us to know, because we are not working on because these days storage and all is is very cheap and available, so we no need to bother about that while writing our code.
So, sir, I have a doubt. Can you write 12 equals to age in year, 0.6 equals to height, like that? Or we have to write first data and then numbers?
Fatima, can you again
Can we write 12 equals to age in a year or 5.6 equals to height, like that?
this you are telling?
Yeah.
Okay, so the rule is first you have to give the variable name. First, always the variable name will come.
Okay, okay, sir.
So
Okay,
let's talk a little about variables. Okay. So here, if you see, when we declare something like this, okay, what is a variable? Okay. So when we declare something like this, age in years equals to 12. So what happens exactly? So what happens? There is a variable, for example, age in years, and we have given the value as 12. So inside memory, this value 12 will be stored. Okay, and this variable is pointing to this. Okay. Similarly, when we are mentioning height as height, so there will be a variable called height, and in memory, the value 5.6, this will be allocated. Okay. So this kind of thing happens when we, give a variable name. The value is stored in the memory, and that variable is pointing to that particular value. Okay. Now suppose height is 5.6 age in years. So now suppose what I will do, same variable name I can take again. Okay, I can make height as 12. Okay. So what will happen now? It will no longer, height will no longer point to 5.6. It will be pointing here to 12. So height will also be pointing to. So this will also be pointing to this. Okay, and this they will this memory will be unallocated dynamically. Okay, we no need to worry about garbage collection and all that happens automatically in Python. Okay. And there are some naming conventions that we have to use for variable name. We cannot have any name as variable. For example, if I cannot have a name like this, one name equals to, some name here. We cannot do it like this. This variable, this naming convention, this is not allowed. Okay. So what are the rules? I will just tell you briefly. So your variable name, some rules for variable name. If we are insert data in Python, then what format it will store? We are insert data in Python, then what format? Pradeep, can you elaborate your question? Pradeep, you can elaborate your question in what format? In SQL, data is stored in structured format. No, here in this case, so in memory, if we talk about basically about basic computer science things, in memory, like computer, they understand only binaries, okay, zeros and ones. Okay, so they will convert this value to some binary format, some zeros and ones. They will store it like that in the memory, not in this like what we are seeing here. Okay, it will convert it into binary and then it will be stored in this in memory. I hope it cleared your doubt, Pradeep. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So basically, I was talking about variable naming convention, guys. First thing, it should either start with a letter or an underscore. Okay, it should start with a letter or underscore. Okay. First rule, and second rule is It will not allow any special characters, will not allow any special characters like, dollar hash, for example, in this. So this variable, if you see here, I'm starting. So one of the rules is the variable name should start with the letter underscore. Okay, here we are starting with a number 1. Okay, so if I run this program, so it's telling me invalid decimal letter. So this is not allowed. Okay, so I'm removing this one. Now, if I give a dollar in between, okay, and a dollar ME, okay, let me save it and run it again. Telling me invalid syntax. So this is not. This is also not allowed. Okay. Only thing that is allowed is underscore. Okay. This is allowed. Name underscore 1. So if I run this, there will be no problem with this particular program. Okay. So there are 6-7 rules for this variable naming. I will just open that. So if you see this, guys, yeah. So identifiers, we can right now we can tell it as a variable. Take identifiers as variable name only. Okay. So identifiers can be anything, guys. It can be a variable name, it can be a function name, it can be a class name. All are classified as identifiers. So these are the rules, guys. We have to remember while declaring variable. It should contain at least one character. Okay. So the first character must be an alphabetic letter or the underscore. The remaining characters can be, any character underscore or a digit. No other characters, including space, are permitted. A reserved word cannot be used as an identifier. Okay. So there are some reserved words, guys, that we cannot use. That we are going to see, like, for example, if I mention here like this type, okay. Type is fine, but if we have some mention like if else condition, we give if here. Okay, so if is a reserved word. So if you use a reserved word like this, this is also not allowed. Okay. And one of the best practices, guys, for declaring a variable name is it should be meaningful. Okay. We cannot have it's not a good practice to write something like A equals to Sarah. Okay. Because in real time there will be a lot of variables that we will be using. Okay. So in that, if we mention A, B, C, D, so for a different person who is maybe a new joiner, he is reading our code. So he will be having difficulty in understanding what is this variable used for. Okay. So our variable name should be very meaningful. Okay. Like for example, here age in years. So anyone who will read this variable name, they can easily understand, okay, this is age in years, name, this is the name. But if you give A equals to Sarah, B equals to 12, that is not meaningful. So that is not a good practice. Okay. Our variable name should always be meaningful, so that anyone from outside also, they will get a hint. Okay, this variable is doing this kind of thing. Okay. So is that clear, guys, to everyone? Anyone having any doubts so far?
So you've written the 3 lines of code starting with print. Is it compulsory to write in 3 different lines? Or we can write the same code in 1 line itself?
This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not compulsory. You can do it in the same, but I will tell you the difference. So I'm running this. Okay. So we are getting the output in 3 lines, 3 separate lines, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And if we write it in the same single print statement, and let me comment out. I will comment it with a hash in front. Okay, and run this. Now we are getting the output in the same line.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the difference. So guys, just to summarize so far what we have learned. So any variable name with some values, if you want to check the data type, we can do it with the help of this type function. Okay. So we have seen this type function. Let's see in this type function. Okay. Second thing what we have seen is input function, with the help of which we are taking input. Okay. And we have seen this print function, with the help of which we are printing our output to the console. Okay, these three functions we have seen so far. Okay. And we have seen some variable, some rules for variable name, that this it should not have, at least it should have one character. It should not, it should start with either some alphabetic letter or underscore. This kind of rules we have seen. Apart from this, so when it comes to data type, guys, we have seen integer. Okay, any whole number, that will be an integer. Any decimal value will be a float, and string will be anything in quotes will be string. Okay, it can be it can be in single quote, or it can be in double quote. Okay, but if we have a scenario like this, where we are giving a double quote starting and the end we are giving a single quote, then if we try to run this, it will give us an error. Okay, unterminated string literal. We have to keep the quote same. Okay. So now I will just show you one thing. How do we convert, how to convert one data type to another? Okay. So let's suppose I have a data type age 12. I want to convert this to a float value. Okay. So let me give another variable name here, age in float. So we have this function called float. Okay, and I will give this variable name inside this. Okay, and I will print here initial data type of age. So how do you find the data type, guys? Using the type function. I will mention type and I will mention the variable name age here. Okay, and then after converting, I will see what is the data type. Oh, let me save this converting. See the, if you see the output, guys, so initial data type of age is integer, and after changing the data type of age is float. Okay, so how we are doing it, guys? For converting from integer to float, we are using this float function. Okay, these are inbuilt function, guys. We will talk, when we will talk about functions, then we'll learn about what are inbuilt function, what are user defined functions. Okay, so we'll be learning more when we cover start function, but these are right now, just understand these are inbuilt function. Okay?
So Danish, what will happen when we will convert float value into integer?
Yes. So now suppose, but just before that, check another. I want to show one more thing.
Yes, sure.
Value is this. So guys, if you see in print statement, we are separating each thing by comma. If you see, so this is one entire string. Okay. After that, we are giving a comma, and then we are giving this using this type. And then again, if it is a string, we have to enclose in double quotes. Okay. If it is a variable name, we don't have to use double quotes. So I want to show you one thing. Okay. So guys, can you see the difference in the value of the two? Can you see the difference in the value of the two? What is the difference between the values?
Yeah, initially it was 12, and now it is 12.0.
Yes. So whenever it's float value, it will have this decimal thing. Okay.
Okay.
So now we are talking about, now suppose if you want to convert this float value back to an integer value. Okay. So let me declare another value, another variable, age in int. So to convert this, we have this function called int. Okay, and you have to give the variable name inside this. So this is the variable name, age in float. This is the floating value. So let me mention this also. And what these programs, what we are writing now in our classes, I will be sharing this program with you guys at the end of the class. Okay, so you can go through it. We use int function. So, and then let me take this.
And can we change the value also, Danish? 12.5, something like 12.8.
You can just reassign the variable. For example, age is 12 here, right? If you want to reassign it to something else, age equals to 25, it will always take the latest last one. Okay. Suppose
Okay.
you have two variables with the same name, different values, it is going to take the last one. Okay. After rechanging the data type of age. Run this. If you see, it was 12, it was be converted to float, it became 12.0. Again, we rechange it, again it became 12.
Okay, now it has removed 0 at the last, right?
Correct.
And
Yes.
what
Because it
will
is now
happen when?
Hmm.
Okay, so what will happen when it will be 12.5? It will remove 5.5.
That's a good question. So let me make this age as 35.6. Okay. And let me use here age. Fine. So this was 35.6. We are converting this to an integer. Okay. And then we are printing this value.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if we run this, so it removed that decimal part. Gave you only 35.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So this was about conversion between integer and float. Okay. Now let's see about string. Okay. Let's have a name. Sam. I want to convert this to an integer value. So what will be the output here, guys? What do you think?
Error. I think we'll get error because it is a string. It will not convert in integer, I guess.
Exactly. It will get an error, value error. Okay. Invalid literal for integer with base type. Okay. So if we have a numerical value in this, okay. So so this is a numerical value, but since this is enclosed in double quotes, so this is a string, okay, because it is enclosed in double quote. You can check the data type of this initially. Print. Okay, and then we are converting it, and then we can also see the data type after conversion. The converting, this is the variable name in int. Okay. So let me run this. So see, the data type of name is string. Data type of name after converting is integer, and the value is 1243. Okay. So this one rule we have to always remember, that this conversion to this was integer, right? Integers. We have to remember that conversion to integer or float will fail if the data, if the value is having alphabetical characters. Okay. Fine, guys. So okay, so when you have a multi-line comment, that is, so right now we saw a single line comment we are giving with a hash, but when you have a multi-line comment, for example, and this got expanded to second line, we can use this triple quotes, okay, for multi-line comments. Okay, you can call it a multi-line comment also, or you can call it a multi-line string also. Okay, both is fine. So any doubt, guys, so far? Have you understood? So what we have seen how do we check the data type? We have seen how to convert from one data type to another data type. We have seen input function little bit. I will tell you more about this input function right now. So any doubt so far? Is it clear? Anyone having any doubt? Feel free to ask. Be it a very simple question, does not matter. Are you comfortable? Am I going too fast? Please feel free to tell me. Okay. Is it fine, guys? Can I move to the next topic?
Yes, sure, Danish. Sure.
Okay. Now I want to talk more about this input function. For example, let's say, suppose we have two numbers. I want to perform addition of I want to just perform something like let's say addition only. Addition of two numbers. So I have taken first number as input. Enter the first number. And second number also. The first number also only. I want to check whether this number is greater than 10 or not. Okay. So I've taken this first number. And to check whether number is greater than 10 or not, there are some relational operators, but I don't want to go into operators right now. Let it be like this, and let me take a second number as input. The second number. So I'm performing a sum only. Okay, I'm just rewriting a sum. So, and then we'll just print the sum of two numbers, first number plus the second number. Fine. I'm running this. So enter the first number, I'm giving as 12. Enter the second number, I'm giving as 32. And the output we are getting as 1232. Is this the correct output, guys? Addition of
No. I think input just provide string data type as output.
Exactly. Right. Okay, so we are getting 1, 2, 3, 2. Why we are getting that, guys? Because this input function now, this input function, it returns a string value. Okay, even though we are giving here a normal 12, it's an integer value, but it will convert this to a string value. Okay, and this plus operator is used for concatenating two strings. So that is why this is giving us 1, 2, 3, 2 instead of just adding these two numbers. Is this clear, guys? Why we are getting this output? Any doubt here? And okay, so how are we going to convert this to an integer value? Can you tell me? Right now we just covered now how to convert this string value to an
Just
integer value.
by using int function just before input method. Yeah.
Okay, so if we give an int function here, right, then this should work.
Yes.
Either we can give it here, or we can just give it while doing this summation only. Now we can give this here also. So I'm giving one here and one there. Okay. So let's run this again. Enter the first number 10, enter the second number 10, and your sum is 20. Fine, guys, is it understood? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, you can either give it here or you give it here. Both are fine, both will work. And one more thing for input function, even if you don't give anything in comments, now suppose, for example, I'm removing this, enter the first number and enter the second number. So this is an optional thing, okay? But it is for our understanding. Even if you don't give this and if you run it, so if you see this cursor, it will be blinking here, okay? So I'll give 12. Again, it is blinking, I'll give 12. It'll give me 24, okay? But this is not a good practice, okay? Because people will be confused. Okay, sometimes they will just hit enter, so it will give some null values. So those kind of problems we can face. So that is why it is always better to give some some value here to make the user understand what input we are expecting here. Okay, so far clear, guys? Any doubts so far? So we have seen about input function also now. It takes by default, it returns a string value. So if we have an integer or float, we have to convert it and then we can use it. Okay. Now we'll see something about print function in details. So before that, guys, anyone having any doubts, feel free to ask. Okay. I hope I'm not going too fast, guys. If I'm going too fast, please just let me know. Okay. So let me create a new file here. And let me copy these values. Okay, copy these values. Okay. Now, so in this print function, if I mention this, engineers, we are printing in one line. Okay, we are printing engineers, we are printing height, and we are printing name. So whenever we are doing a save, we have to do save as, guys, and we just have to mention the program name and make sure you save it in your by default it will be saved in some other location, but make sure you create your own folder somewhere else and then save it. Okay, because if you save it in the same folder by the default folder, so what will happen, sometimes there will already be some name existing module names. If the name of your what you are giving and that name matches, then your program might not work that time. So it's always better to create your own folder and then use it. Okay. So if I run this, so it is printing in 3 different lines. Okay. And we have okay now so 3 different print statement, guys, is printing in 3 different lines. In the output we can see it's in 3 different lines. Okay. And if we print it in the same line here, height and name, so we are getting this. Okay, each is separated by a single space. Each value, each variable is separated by a single space. Okay. Now here I want to insert some something in between each variable. Okay. So for doing that, we have a keyword called sep. Okay, sep. So if we mention here sep equals to, suppose I want between each value, each variable, I want to insert 3 stars. Okay. So I give this 3 stars, and if I run it, now you see between each value, we have these 3 stars. Okay. So whatever value we are going to give here in sep, okay, that value it is going to insert between the variables. Suppose I want to give $, each will be spread by $. Okay. Yes, sep is a sep is a keyword. Sep is a keyword argument. You can say it's a keyword argument. Okay. And by default, the value of sep is a single space. Okay, because if we don't give any value here, if we don't give any value and save and just run this, you see each is being separated by a single space. Okay, by default the value is a single space. Okay, but if you want to insert our own value, then we have to give some value here. Okay, is this clear, guys, the use of sep? Any doubt here in this? Anyone?
No, it's fine, Ganesh.
Now we have some special symbols. For example, if you give /n, okay, inside a string, it stands for a new line. Okay, so if we give here a /n, okay, and run this, you will see each is getting printed in a new line because this \n stands for a new line. Okay. Similarly, we have this \t stands for a keyboard. You have a tab in keyboard, right? So this stands for a tab. So if I give a \t, it will give a tab. You know, this is the difference. One tab, then a tab. The keyboard tab that way. Okay, so we can give this value also. Okay, is this clear, guys? Tab and new line. Any doubt here?
It's clear. It's clear.
So similar to SEP, guys. Similar to SEP, we have another keyword called end. Okay, so this is also a keyword argument. So what this end is going to do, so let me remove, let me comment out this. Yes. Okay, if I mention here, so if I run this, okay, so we all know that we'll have the output in 3 different lines. Okay. Now suppose I'm giving n a value of, let's say, a triple star. Okay. So what end does now? After this print statement, what value it is going to get? What value will be there? That we can declare by end. So by default, the value of n is the new line. Okay, by default, because we saw that when we don't give any value for n, it is printing each output in a new line. Okay. So by default, the value of new line. So n is used to display something after the print statement. Guys, is this clear, guys? The use of end and sep. Any doubt here? So suppose if someone asks you questions like this, they can ask you a question like, print, use a single print statement. Use a single print statement. Print 3 different variables. In 3 different lines. So how are you going to do this, guys? For example, these are 3 different variables. Okay. You have to print them in 3 different lines, and you have to use only a single print statement. How are you going to do this?
We will use separate and /n.
Yes, we can use a separator as slash. Right. I hope this is this everyone understood this.
Yeah.
I think yes, we can control our print message by using these 2 keywords, sep and end.
I didn't get the first part. Control what?
I think just we can control our print statement. Less like we want to some
Correct.
construct messages, we can use these 2 keywords in
Correct.
print.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so similarly, if someone tells you, we want 3 different print statement and I want all the output to be printed in the same line, then we can give some value to n and we can print it in the same line. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
These two is clear. So one more common interview question is, we have 2 variables, A is 10 and B is 20. Okay. I want to swap these 2 values. I want to interchange. A should be 20, B should be 10. How can we do this?
With we using third variable or without third variable?
First, tell me with using. Suppose this is, you can use a third variable. How are you going to achieve this? And then we will see without using a third variable. Okay. First, tell me how we can use with by using a third variable.
Just write the C, just like C is equal to A plus B.
A equals to A plus B.
And again, B is equal to
B equals to
C minus B.
C minus B.
Then the next line, A is equal to, I think,
A equals to
B, yeah. C minus A.
C minus.
I think it will work.
Okay, then let me print.
Yeah. C hold 30, B, C minus B, B hold 10, and C minus A, yeah, A hold 20, yeah.
Okay. Is it fine?
Yes, yes.
Others, have you understood this?
Yeah.
So let me run this. Okay, A is 20 and B is 10. This is successful. Okay. But this is a little bit more complex. If we want a third variable, then we can make it without using addition, subtraction. We can do it in a simpler manner. I will just tell you that. Okay, for example, let me take this variable as T. Okay. T equals to A equals to B, and B equals to T. Okay, this is a simpler way of doing it. So what basically we are doing is, first we are giving the value of A to a temporary variable, you can say it is a temp. Okay. And then we now the value of temp is, after the statement, the value is 10. Okay. And when we are giving A equals to B, so the value of B is 20, and then that is we are going to A. So the value of A becomes here 20. And then we are saying B equals to T, means temp. So B equals to 10. Okay, this is an easier way of doing it. You guys agree? Without using addition, subtraction, it's just using a third variable. So using third variable is very simple. Generally, they won't ask you in interview why using a third variable. They will tell you without using a third variable. That is more important. Okay. So without using a third variable, anyone knows? Anyone wants to try? So this was with using, we are using a third variable, extra variable temp. We are assigning A to temp, and then we are assigning B to A. This is very simple. Okay. Anyone who has not understood this, they can ask. Because people are from other backgrounds also. So there might be people who might not have understood this. If you have any doubt, you can ask. If not, then I will show you this without using a third variable. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone. But so without using a third variable, the most simplest one in Python is A comma B equals to B comma A. So this will do. This is not allowed in Java, but this is one thing in Python, which is very simple. Okay, so you can use like this. Okay, because interviewers, they want to know whether you know this logic or not. Okay, a comma b equals to b comma a, can we give this or not?
Yes, because just Python support multiple assignment.
Yes, so we can give it like this, one liner. This will work. Okay, so if we run this now, so this is working fine, right? A is 20 and B is 10. Okay, but now if you know this, then the interviewer might say, okay, you don't have to use this, use some other way. Okay, this was one way of doing it, use some other way. Okay, then how are we going to do this? And before going into this, guys, so guys, here we are declaring these variables separately, right? We can also declare it in the same line also, by giving a comma, variable name, comma, variable name. This is multiple assignment in the same line is allowed. Okay. So we just have to give the values separated by commas, say 5.6, and here's Python. Okay, this is also allowed in Python. We can other programming languages also, I think this is allowed. So you can declare all the variables also separated by commas in this way also. Okay, this will also work. And guys, now let me come back to this. We are swapping these two values with without using a third variable. One way is this, a comma b equals to b comma a. Next, what we can do here, the same what was told here. Now we can do it like this, a equals
By addition and subtraction.
yes, that is by using addition and subtraction. Okay, a equals to a plus b, and b equals to, what will be the value of b?
B is equal to yes, I think
So if we do, let's decode this. Okay, a equals to a plus b. So a plus b will be
a minus b, a minus.
So a, the value of a is now 30. Okay.
30. Yeah.
Now we will give here a minus
B.
A minus b. So a minus b. Okay. So a minus a is 30 minus b is 20, right? So the value of b is now 10.
10. Yes.
Okay. The value of b is now 10, and then again we'll do a will be equal to a minus b.
Yes. A minus.
To be 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can, let me comment out this, and we will control this. Okay, so this is also one way you can do it without using a, because if the interview tells you, okay, this fine, you know this way, tell me some other way you can do it. You can do it like this also using addition and subtraction. Also, you can do it using, multiplication and division. Okay, that I will give you the assignment. You do it by yourself. Okay, guys. Anyone, any doubts, guys? So these kind of, little bit small interview questions during our class only, we will be discussing these. Okay, so that we have a good grip on what kind of questions they might ask. Anyone having any doubt? So far, anyone?
No.
Okay. So this is done. I'll show you a few more cases. Let's say print name is comma name, and I'm giving a name as Sam. Okay. Save as. So what will be the output here, guys? What will be the output here? Anyone?
I think it
Name
will
is
print
Sam.
name is just print name is, and nothing will print variable using name. It will, I think it will print blank.
Okay, let me run this. So we're getting an error, name is not defined.
Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me why we are getting this error?
Because just we cannot use any variable before declaring that.
Correct. So this rule, guys, you have to remember that before using any variable, now you have to declare it. Otherwise, this Python, you will not be able to understand what is this name. Okay, because it is reading from top to bottom now. So that is why it is not able to understand this. So once you declare this, then it is fine. Okay. Now suppose like in previous case, name is height. Okay. Let me declare these things together. Okay. Now I want to print something like this. My name is comma name and age is comma. Let me give it as age only. Okay. Age. And height is height. Okay. So if I run this, fine. But this statement is getting more and more complex. We have double quotes and then we have variable again double quotes. What if you want to write something like this? Print my name is the variable name, that is name here. And then we give a comma. Height edge is this. Edge is edge. And height is height. What this second line is going to print? Is it going to print the value or is it going to print only name and edge and height?
No, it will only print a print statement that we have written.
Yes, it will only print the print. Okay. So we have something called f string. Okay. F string. So what will happen if we just give one f in the beginning of this statement f, okay, here, and we enclose the variable name with this flower bracket. Yeah. Okay, and then if we run this, then we are getting the values. Okay, so this is called f string, guys. What we do, we just give one f alphabet before that, and we enclose the variable name within this flower bracket. So this will save us from writing. This is not looking that good. It's a very big statement, right? But this is looking much better. It's a compact one. Okay. And this f string got introduced from Python 3.7, if I'm not mistaken, got introduced from Python 3.7 version. So if anyone is using an older version of Python before 3.7, if we use this, then this is not going to work. Okay. And also important question in interviews, they will ask you what is the version of Python you are using. Okay. What is the version of the Python? So if you see here, it's mentioned 3.10.3. I'm using this. Okay. So you can find out here also. You can just mention here Python hyphen version. So it will tell you the version Python 3.10.3. Okay. And if you want to execute some program from command prompt, you can do that as well. I will just show you. So let me change the for this. So where is my this program is saved where? So B drive. Python April weekend back. This is the one, day one. Okay, so I will just give this path in my command prompt. Okay, and here I will just write Python and the file name. Okay, the file name here is FORTH, fourth program.py. So I will just make sure the spelling is correct. Okay, so if I have run this via command prompt also, if you can say it. Is it visible, guys, to everyone?
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit small, so you can run it via command prompt also. You just go to that folder where you have saved your program, and you just write Python and the file name.py, and your program will run from command prompt also. Okay, this is also one of the ways of running your Python program. Okay, coming back to our topic. So fstring was introduced from Python 3.7, but before that, Python 3.7, we had one method called format. Okay, so format method works the same way. There's only a little bit difference in this. Like instead of using f in the beginning, what we can do, and the variable name here, what we do, we give it like this, dot format, and inside this we'll give the variable name, like name, comma, age, comma, height. Okay, this is, yeah, this is fine. Now if I run this, we're getting the same output. Okay, this format was being used before Python 3.7 version. So any doubt, guys, so far, anyone in this
No.
f string and this format method? Okay, so you can do it in this way also. For example, see now name, age, and height. Okay, what we can do, suppose I am changing the order. I'm mentioning age first and then name. Okay, age, name, and height. And if I run this, so we are getting an incorrect output now, showing my name is 12, age is Python, height is this. Okay, this is not the right. Okay, so what we can do, guys, here we can give a number here. For example, so age is coming first, name is second, height is third. Okay, so it starts with the numbering starts in 0, 1, and 2. So if I mention here my name is 1, so it will take the second argument from this, and age is 0, it will take the first argument, and height is 2. So in this way, it is going to print the correct output by mentioning the numbers, even if your variables are in a different order. But if you mention the numbers in the correct way, then it is going to work properly. Okay, you saw this? It's working perfectly now. Okay, this is another difference from different way of using format method. Is this clear, guys? Anyone having any doubt? Are we good so far? Can we move to the next topic, guys? Have you understood so far?
Yes, it's understood. Yeah, please, we can go ahead.
Okay. And I think for the first day, I think it is good enough for today. Maybe then from tomorrow we will cover the other remaining the other topics. Okay. So guys, just to summarize what we have covered. So today I will just mention it in a notepad. It's a notepad. Yep. So here day one. So day one, we have covered different data types. Like to be more specific, we have covered int, float, string. We have covered these data types. Okay. We have covered this input function. And also we have seen how we can convert one data type to another, and when it is not going to work. Okay, we have seen this. We have seen the use of input function. We have seen the use of print function. We have seen the use of type function. What else we have covered? We have also covered f-string and format method. Okay, anything else in this I missed mentioning here? Let me check.
Variable swapping.
Yes, that is where variable naming convention, right? Thank you for reminding that variable naming convention. Okay, I think that's all we have covered for today. Print function and step. Yeah, we have covered this and step keyword also. That is important. And step. Okay, guys. So anyone, guys, any questions, any doubt, anything you feel free to ask now. Any question from the topics that we have covered, or about the course curriculum, anything? Please feel free to ask. If not, then we will see the one of our participants was facing some installation issue. I can check his this problem. Okay, if no problem, guys, then what I will do, these files now, I will be so guys who are already in the target group, and those who are willing to join, they can make the payment. So Firdaus, she will add you to the target group, and in that target group, I will be these programs I will be uploading in a shared drive, and I will give you guys the access about these programs that we have written, and also the assignments I will be uploading in that drive, so you can access it from there. Okay, so guys who are already in the target group, please ping your email IDs with the email ID should be the same which you will be using in your YouTube, and this video will be uploaded in it will be uploaded in YouTube, and the link will be shared. Okay, so give your email ID that will be used to access these files in the shared drive, as well as watching the videos on YouTube. Share that email IDs. Okay, any question, guys? Anyone? Okay. And assignment, guys, I will be giving you assignment based on the topics what I have covered. So you can complete the assignment, and you can share it to me in WhatsApp. Okay, one-to-one direct. Fine. If no question, guys, then who was having problem in installing it? Can you just ping again? So those who are that's all from the session, guys. Those who are you feel free to drop. Okay, those who are interested, they can be online, or others they can feel free to drop. Okay, thank you for joining. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Danish.
Yeah.
Wonderful session.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danish. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone having problem in installing can be online and ping me. I can check quickly.
Thank you, sir, for this great session, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Satyaki.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
So I hope no one is having the installation problem also. Okay, guys. Fine then. See you guys tomorrow 10 a.m. Okay. Thank you. Bye.